Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, citizens of all ages, welcome back to another edition Star Citizen 3.1 Reclaimer walkthrough. Yay! Alright, so this is kinda sorta, but not really, the part 2 of the Reclaimer walkthrough. But I'm gonna switch it up and basically gonna turn this into the part 1. This is going to be part 1 redo, whatever you want to call it. So let's hop in. I don't think this is going to work. I've been having issues with this elevator, and by having issues I mean there's no collision. As you might have seen in one of the ATVs, they had said the only issue is that this doesn't have collision, and as you can see, it doesn't have collision. According to ATV, once it goes out of the physics grid, well, it loses all of its mass, apparently, which is weird. I mean, I don't know, you'd think they'd be able to just set it up so that way that thing has the thing, but again, not a game programmer, so I don't know. So let's move on to the next section. Okay, so as you saw in part 1 where I left off, I'd actually flown out of one of these airlocks here. So let's fly back in. Oh, let's not merge through the door. So let's oh, okay, this door is glitching. Whoa. Okay, no, let's pull it. Oh, okay, we're flying. All right, pull it back. Let's aim it up, and here comes the aeroplane. Okay, we landed. Let's just close this door because the other one is glitching out. So as we walk in through the airlock, we are met in the center area, right where the main elevator is, which is right here, as you can see. I do believe that oh, there's a fire. I do believe that this is the Habitation Deck, although I'm not 100% sure. I'm still learning the layout of this fucking behemoth. So as we walk into the elevator, there are 2 panels, one on this side, one on the opposite side, and here we can see just how many decks this has. So let's start down at the bottom and work our way up. The cargo hold is one of those areas that I forgot to show in part 1, so I figured, you know, let's start from the bottom, work our way up so we can try to get everything in. And this cargo bay is awesome. Like, look at this. It's a little bit dark, but I mean, I don't think the power's on, but it's like dripping with atmosphere. I absolutely love the fact, oh, okay, there's no gravity. Okay, we're gonna get a little bit, is that a thing? I don't think so. Okay, so let's get away. I really dig the layout and the look of this room. It's so fucking cool. Oh, we even got like the chains for like super heavy shit, or if there's like parts. Oh, I can't wait to have something like that in here. And just for clarification, this is actually the regular cargo room. So the Reclaimer is split up into 2 things for what it can carry. It's got cargo and salvage. And I believe, yep, so the next one is actually the salvage hold. Ah, man, we need to add elevator music here. Do, 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 do. That would be pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. So we go into the salvage hold here. And this, I can only assume, is where the salvage is going to be held. I mean, you know, just taking a stab in the dark, you know, just a guess. And I look at that, you can actually see below from up top and vice versa. That's really, really cool. I could see a couple of neat scenarios playing out from there. But the cargo storage room seems to be of decent size as well. It looks like maybe there's going to be something there it's going to like crush. Like that looks like that's like a compactor. I am going to get a whole lot of use out of this thing once salvage comes online. I can't wait for the salvage mechanic. This is going to be so cool. And like just imagine the big thing that goes there. I gotta say, I'm actually really impressed with how good that this ship looks. I'm really excited So next we're going to head to Salvage Processing. Let's see. There we go. And Salvage Processing is just that. It's Salvage Processing. So I think this is where stuff's probably going to go in once it's been trimmed up. Where it's probably going to fall in the large compactor area, which was right over here, if you recall. And, you know, actually, I'm not 100% sure what else this might be used for. If you guys have any ideas, leave them down in the comments section, because I'm fairly certain, I don't know what this is. Yeah, so I'd love you to hear your ideas. So next we're going back to the Habitation Deck. And Habitation Deck is where we are going to find, like, you know, the crew amenities. And it is definitely one of my favorite decks. So right here is the airlock, and we've got those suits, much like you saw in part 1, which lead to the opposite side of the ship. I really dig the fact that they've got this, you know, basically these airlocks in this form. That way you can enter either side. It's not, you know, you don't have to always come up through the rear. So here we find the crew quarters. So we've got 4 bunk beds, well, 2 bunk beds, 4 beds in all. They've got lockers. We're heading over here, which is like their bathroom. 2 showers, 2 toilets. If we run over here, across the way is the captain's quarters. This will be the captain's area. It's got some clothing storage. Got a locker right there. And that leads to his secret bathroom. The shower, which is stainless, which is nice. The captain's room actually looks a lot better than the crew room. I wonder what that's supposed to mean. If anything, I don't know. And I hope that they make those little things by the window something that you can sit on, because that is a hella cool view, and I could see having like an interview. And I hope that chair will one day swivel, because, I mean, come on. Now we enter in, as we saw also in part 1, the Aliens-esque mess hall, which again has this nice little throughway, so you can actually move on both sides. You don't always have to go in one direction. They set this up so nicely. Then we get down to, I think this is the tech deck. That's the drone room, again, as you saw in part 1. Gonna mosey on down. Now this is gonna bring us to the bridge, but we're gonna come back to that in a second. We have some more exploring to do. This is going to lead us up to the turret, which last time I was up here it was messed up and blocked off. So it looks like, oh, it's messed up again, but this time it's open. Oh, that's, oh well, okay, that's what the damaged state skeleton looks like. Let's just go back down. Okay. The stairs are a little funky, or I'm sorry, ladders. Wow, words are hard. I brained my damage. Okay, carrying on. So here's the gravity generator, and how sexy does that look, huh? And now the neat thing is, much like the Starfarer, we have these ladders every so often where we can go down a deck. It feels like I'm going down 2 decks here. And once we get to the bottom, pretty long ladder, here is the control room. That is where the, I believe, 2 remote turrets and 2 scanning stations are. And this is another exit that leads to the outside. I don't want to go out it because last time I couldn't get back into it. There's the salvage processing room where you're actually going to see the bits of the salvage go in and get chewed up. This is going to be that ladder that led to the deck. A couple of escape pods chilling out right there. And then I believe when we go over here, we lead to the bridge. So, wait. Where's the... So that was the tractor beam, and there's no chairs. Ah, where did... It's supposed to be... This is the pilot's seat, and... What the fuck? No, so that might have been a wrong... Ah, fuck. There might have been things that were missing. Alright, well, let's just pretend that the pilot seat's here. So this is kind of what your view would look like. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. The seat would be more like right here. So this is more like what your view would be like. Look how happy he looks. He doesn't care. Chairs, no chairs. The Reclaimer's in game, and he's happy as can be. And I'm basically right there with him, except fuck. Fuck. There we go. Okay, so let's continue on our journey. So that was 2 tractor beam seats there on the sides, and then if we take this little elevator, I love that there's like all these like elevators in here. It's actually kind of neat, very industrial, especially with the colors and all the wires. It's like Drake on steroids. Brings us back to the Habitation Deck, and there is the elevator that I said we would eventually come back to. So we're gonna go back up here through the throughway. Mosey on down the hall. There was the quarters, and then so here. Okay, so here's another one of the rooms that I definitely did not show. Oh, funky ladder. This is one of the other rooms. Whoops. That I didn't show, and this is like the Oh no, let's go back. There we go. And this is going to be like the power room or something, or like the fuel cell room. I don't remember the word that it was called. It escapes me now. Those kind of look like doors. Those tricked me out. But right here, these are supposed to be for power, if I recall correctly. So this is going to be like the battery, kind of like the power plant almost, if not the power plant. So I believe there's supposed to be an engineer station in here, which is right where right there. And I don't know why the ship is all damaged, although that could be why it's damaged, because it's missing things. So let's hop back on up. We'll climb back on up the ladder here. And once we get up top, we're going to take the elevator and continue on to our almost final destination. Which is it? Yeah, okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. So now we're going up. Oh no, that is the last one. Okay, so now we are going to the salvage balcony. Doesn't that sound cool? Oh, final destination. Okay, okay. That looked like looked like we were about to have a final destination moment where that comes out and crushes us. So now this is leading us to the salvage. I think it was the storage or processing. Not process. Wait, was it salvage processing? But bringing us to one of the salvage rooms here. And now that I'm aware that the items aren't loading, I'm wondering if there's supposed to be other stuff in here, considering, like, I don't know. I definitely feel it. I might have to have a Reclaimer tour part 3 once this is a bit more stable. But this is basically the general gist, the generalized layout. I know I'm going to be running through it more often, so that way I can kind of learn it a little bit better, because much like the Starfarer, I mean, this thing is huge. Not as easy to traverse as the Starfarer in terms of, like, if it was going to be an FPS level. The Starfarer actually feels like a level to me, and I keep saying actually. I'm totally a Valley girl today, like, totally. But what I'm trying to say is the Starfarer seems like almost all the areas are like interconnected. Like there's ladders and stuff where you can get to the upper decks and the maintenance tunnels, but the AEGIS Reclaimer definitely relies more on the elevators. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, considering the role and type of ship that it is. I mean, it makes sense. So it's not like, you know, out of the realms of possibilities. So other than that, here we are basically right back where we started. So thank you very much for watching. The March Cutlass Black giveaway is still on and poppin', so to enter for that, you just got to be subscribed. Like and comment the videos all throughout March, and that's it, you're entered. We also got some Daylight Gamer merch down in the description. PC specs also down in the description. We got mugs, shirts. Go check it out. It's pretty cool shit. So, other than that, once again, thank you very much for watching. All you beautiful bastards out there, you have yourselves a wonderful day, morning, evening, night, whenever, wherever you happen to be. Thank you very much. This has been Will. Love, peace, chicken grease. Reclaimer Nation forever! Yeah! Yeah, Reclaimer!